three simple methods you can use to put your stop loss in the right spot before you place a trade. All of them work. You can choose which one you want, even all three. But still at the end, I'll say which one I recommend the most. So now let's look at how to use them and the pros and cons of using them according to the backtested data. So the first method is order block stop loss, or you can say OBSL. The simplest of all three. The market uses a breakout structure. The price goes up, proceeds to give us a retracement, about to mitigate our POI, which is our order block. Okay, so all you have to do is place your stop loss few pips below or above the order block depending on the trend, about 0.2 or 0.3 pips below the order block, and you place your limit entry just 0.1 pip above the order block. So as you can see here, the market comes, mitigates our order block, and then proceeds to go up. Okay, so this should be simple. So the first pro of using this method is you get very high risk to rewards. Like on average, you get about 5 to 6 RR. And the downside of using this method is the win rate reduces significantly. For example, sometimes the market even slightly sweeps the low and the order block and then proceeds to go up. All these things are completely normal in the market, and it's completely fine. If this happens when you use this method, it's completely fine. Okay, so that's the OBSL. Now I'll explain how to use them in the live markets also. Okay, so now let's look at flexible stop loss. So the same way how you use the first method, we got a BOS. The market goes up, proceeds to retrace, about to mitigate our POI. And in this case, you just extend your stop loss to any other liquidity zone in the same place. For example, let's say you have a very strong order block below this point. It may be an order block, it may be a liquidity zone like double top, trendline liquidity, whatever it can be. All you do is you just extend your limit order stop loss to cover both of those liquidity points. This order block is also a liquidity point. This order block is also a liquidity point. So we are just covering both of them in the same place. So the downside is obviously you get very less risk to rewards. For example, if you look at this, the price has moved about 150 points, 15 pips. In the same scenario, for the second stop loss, the price has moved the same distance, about 150 points. But if you look at the RR, we only got about 2 RR for flexible stop loss. But in the case of OB stop loss, we got about 4 RR. So like I said, that's a significant difference. But at the same time, the win rate increases for our flexible stop loss method, because it should be a no-brainer. When you increase the stop loss, the win rate increases automatically. So if you have very good liquidity points below this order block, below your POA, you can use flexible stop loss. So now let's look at candle stop loss. Okay. So this one is very similar to taking a stop entry instead of a limit entry. I have already made a video on this one, so if you want to understand more, check that one out. So the price gives us a BOS, proceeds to go up and retrace. So what you do here is wait till the price mitigates our order block. So as you can see here, the price mitigates our order block and then wait till a candle close is given. So after a candle close, you take your order and place the entry on top of the candle, and stop loss should be placed like 0.2, 0.3 pips below the candle, depending on the time frame you are trading. Let's say you're trading 5 minutes, which I trade. I usually just put my stop loss about 1.5 pips below the candle when I take a stop entry like this. So the pro of using this is you get very high win rates. For example, when the price fails your order block, you won't even be inside the trade. Because for the trade to happen, the market should open here and then proceeds to tag you in like this, right? But sometimes if this order block doesn't have enough fuel to push the market uptrend, what the market does is it just mitigates like this, proceeds to give us a candle close and then on a candle like this, and then it opens here and then it just comes down, which means your order block has been failed. You no longer have any business looking for entries here. So that's one of the big use cases of using a stop loss, candle stop loss. But at the same time, the RR reduces just slightly when compared to OBSL. So I think I hope you understand all these methods. It's very simple, right? It's just a brief explanation. So now let's look at the live market examples on how to use all of them. Okay, so now let's use this structure, and I'll use the replay button to explain this in detail. So the same thing once again, we get a minor BOS, the price goes up, proceeds to give us a retracement about to mitigate our POI, which is our order block. So for the first method, which is OBSL, all you have to do is place your entry few pips, like 0.1 pip above the order block, and the stop loss should be about 0.2 or 3 pips below the order block, like this. Okay, I'll put it like this, and let's put the take profit at this high right here, hoping that this order block will break this high. Okay, so now let's see what happens, and obviously this is a winning trade. We get 6.6 RR for our OBSL. Let's just put this aside and repeat the exact same process for other methods as well. Let's use flexible OB. So what you have to do, since flexible OB is mostly for people who have less experience, let's say you're scared that the market will fail this order block, come here, and only then it will move up. So if you're scared and if you are confused, you can simply mark that order block first. This is a significant order block right here. Okay, so you place the entry here and you drag your stop loss to cover all these points. You can even cover up until this point right here. So let's say you cover all these points and you put your stop loss right there. So let's put our TP in the same place and let's see how this turns out. Okay, so we got about 2.5 RR in this place for our flexible stop loss method. I'll just put this right here, and let's repeat the process with candle stop loss method. I'll delete this order block. So let's see how to use this. So this might be a bit confusing. I have already made a video on how to use stop entries. You can check that out. And I'll explain this once again right here. Okay, so first thing you should wait for is the price to mitigate your order block. So the price has come down and it mitigates our order block right here. And now we also got a candle close after mitigating the order block. Now all you have to do is place an entry, a buy stop entry above this candle right here. You place a buy entry right here, and you put your stop loss like about 1.5 pips, 2 pips. It's subjective, you can do whatever you want depending on your backtested results. And let's put our SL right here. Okay, so I'll just replicate this with a long entry. So entry is right here, our SL is right here. If the market proceeds to break this low of this candle, you once again repeat the exact same process. For the next candle, you put the entry on top of the candle and stop loss below the candle. Okay, so let's see how this turns out. The market goes up and the TP is in the same place, which is about right here, and we get about 9 RR. This obviously this won't happen every single time, but sometimes the candle size may be bigger, which means the stop loss will be bigger and the RR will be significantly lower. Okay, so that's the way to use all these 3 stop loss methods. You can obviously choose which one you like the most, but I suggest you use the candle stop loss method, this one right here. The reason is it has the lowest number of losing trades, the high win rate when compared to all these 3 methods. For example, let's say the market is going to definitely fail this order block right here. When you use the candle stop loss method, you have a very good chance of escaping from getting a losing trade. So when the price, let's say the price breaks this candle's low, what do? You shift your stop loss here, you shift your entry here, and let's say the next candle also breaks the low and it proceeds to fail this order block completely. In this scenario, you will be left with 0 losses. But when you take, let's say, OBSL or flexible stop loss, there's a good chance you will get -1. So that's my recommendation, but obviously you can choose which one you want. So I hope this was helpful, and I've been receiving a lot of requests to make videos explaining certain concepts in detail. You'll get those videos in the upcoming days. Usually I have no time in the weekdays. That's why I post a single video every weekend, but still I'll do my best. Also, I can compress big concepts like market structure, OB inducement. They are very big concepts. I can compress them in like 15 to 20 minutes. It can lead to misinformation. Okay, but still, I'll try my best. So, hope you understood something. I wish you success in your trading journey. Most importantly, I wish you peace. See you soon.